Hola gente, bienvenidos a una nueva transmisión de que estamos viendo la misión Starlink-26 desde la rampa SLC-39A en Cabo Cañaveral, en el Centro Espacial Kennedy. En este momento el lanzamiento está a T-10 con 38. Ay, perdón.
At this point, 8.5 minutes to go until liftoff, with 52 Starlink internet satellites heading to orbit tonight. This mission was postponed from earlier in the evening. The original launch time was 6:57 p.m. Eastern Time, but unfavorable upper-level winds
se está preparando.
in the
Se suponía que se
atmosphere
iba a
over
lanzar
the Kennedy
a
Space Center
términos
forced SpaceX's launch team to go for
hace unas 4 horas, pero como tuvieron problemas provocados porque había vientos fuertes en la zona, se decidió retrasar hasta estos momentos. Según Meta ya tenemos inicio. Aquí ahora ya entramos.
Join our YouTube channel to contribute to us our ability to continue our coverage and expand our coverage of the ever-growing pace of launches here at the Kennedy Space Center and at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. T-minus 7 minutes and 30 seconds. The next major milestone will be the start of the chill down of the Merlin 1D or M1D engines on the bottom of the first.
Listo. ¿Qué? Muy bien, aquí vamos. También tenemos imágenes desde el control audio para que a ver qué es lo que estará pasando en estos instantes. Muy bien. Muy bien.
Nice launch trajectory and countdown net. Pad is clear.
Ya está iniciando la transmisión.
9, 8,
Launch auto sequence
7,
has started.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Go for launch.
Vehicle is supersonic.
Stage separation confirmed.
Dragon, separation confirmed. Stage 1 is transonic. Landing lights have deployed. And Falcon 9 has landed.
Good evening. You are tuning in to the 55th Starlink mission set to launch from Launch Complex 39A at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The teams are currently tracking no issues with the vehicle or spacecraft. Weather is also looking good, and range are both green for liftoff, so we are proceeding with a T0 at 10:14 p.m. Eastern Time. Now let's follow along as Falcon 9 prepares to launch another 52 Starlink satellites into space. As you can see on your screen, the clamp arms on that transporter erector are opening up. The transporter erector is that structure next to the vehicle. It will start to retract here shortly. And it's very slow and slight, but you can see it moving away from the vehicle there. The TE retracts away from the vehicle even more at liftoff, and that clears the way for Falcon 9 as it lifts off. And a good call out there with Stage 1 LOX load complete. Next event coming up will be LOX load completion on Stage 2 around the T-2 minute mark.
El orbitador subcoreano había utilizado en la Just Screen Instructions, en esta va a aterrizar en la Offshore Form of Gravitas. Eso significa que tenemos igual unas buenas imágenes durante la fase de aterrizaje.
We're about 30 seconds away from LOX load completion on second stage. Once that concludes, the Falcon 9 vehicle will be fully loaded with 1 million pounds of fuel and liquid oxygen.
Stage 2, LOX load complete.
Vamos a ver cómo va.
Stage 2, LOX load complete.
And there's that call out. Fuel loading is now complete on Falcon 9. Today marks the third flight for the first stage that you see on the screen. And as usual, we will be attempting to recover it on our drone ship, a shortfall of gravitas today. And if successful, it will mark our 35th first stage landing. 35th first stage landing just this year. Now, as a quick update, Starlink is now available in 37 countries around the world. We also wanted to share a quick update from Coconino County in northern Arizona, which is leading the effort to bring Starlink to Navajo Nation students. Last year, we shared that about 45 homes were using the beta version of Starlink, and since then, the county identified more students with inadequate or no Starlink, no internet connection, and about 150 homes in the area are now connected and using the service.
T-minus 10.
And we had a great call out.
8,
LD is go for launch, so
7,
let's watch as the
6,
Falcon 9 vehicle
5,
carries the Starlink
4,
satellites
3,
into space.
2, 1, ignite.
Vamos a ver.
T-minus 30 seconds.
30 segundos y va todo contando. Muy bien, 20 segundos.
15 seconds.
Vamos, 15 segundos. Vamos a ver.
T-minus 10.
10,
9,
8,
8,
7,
7,
6,
6,
5,
5,
4,
4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. And lift up from Starlink. Go Falcon, go Starlink.
Vamos. Hubo lanzamiento. Abandonó la torre.
First stage chamber pressures.
Falcon 9 is pitching downrange.
Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off from pad 39A.
Nominal avionics, power and telemetry.
Muy bien.
And we are throttling down those engines in preparation for max Q, that is maximum dynamic pressure.
En estos momentos dice que está pasando por máxima presión aerodinámica, donde
Falcon
primero
is
bajan la
now
potencia de los
supersonic.
motores y después la aceleran hasta
A
pasar
great call out
ese
that Falcon
punto.
is now supersonic. That means that it's
Porque alcanza
traveling
la
faster
presión
than the speed of
supersónica.
sound.
Max Q.
Muy bien, max Q, máxima presión
And we've also
aerodinámica.
passed through max Q.
O max Q.
We're just about a minute away from a few events happening back to back. That
Start
is
of MVAC chill.
MECO, or main engine cutoff, stage separation, and SES1, or second stage engine start 1.
Falcon trajectory nominal.
Muy bien. Dice que
Main engine cutoff is where we shut down all 9 of the M1D engines on the first stage, and that helps slow the vehicle down in preparation for stage separation.
Segunda etapa y se
Once
haga
the
el
first
encendido
and second
del motor de
stages
la segunda
separate
etapa,
from each
motor
other,
medir
stage 1 will make its way back to Earth for landing, and stage 2 will continue on its journey. And just a few seconds after SES1, we will have fairing deploy as well.
Y después la separación de las cofias.
We're just a few seconds away from those few events happening back to back.
El arrozamiento con la atmósfera. Muy bien, se acerca.
Main engine cut off.
Stage separation confirmed.
Muy bien, se hizo la separación.
MVAC ignition.
And there you just saw MECO, or main engine cutoff, stage separation, SES1 on your right-hand screen with that MVAC engine now glowing bright red. On your left-hand screen is a view of the first stage as it makes its way back down to Earth. And we also did see confirmation of the deploy of the fairing halves.
Muy bien, seguimos.
Now, this mission marks not only the third flight for the first stage booster, but also the third flight for each of the fairing halves that you saw separate from the second stage.
Both stages are on nominal trajectories.
Muy bien, ahí vamos. Muy bien. Hasta el momento es cómo está
So far, everything is looking good for both vehicles on nominal trajectories. We are just a couple of minutes away from
Acquisition of signal, Bermuda.
Just a couple minutes away from the entry burn on the first stage. That is the next step for first stage as it makes its way back down to our landing zone today is a shortfall of gravitas. The entry burn is where 3 of the 9 M1D engines reignite and helps to slow the vehicle down as it enters back into the Earth's atmosphere.
Muy bien, ahí vamos. Aquí tenemos también las imágenes. Muy bien, ahí vamos.
And what you're seeing on your screen is a view of the MVAC engine on the second stage. Still looking good on nominal trajectory. Today we are sending 52 Starlink satellites to LEO, or low Earth orbit.
Muy bien,
And as a reminder, this is our 55th overall Starlink mission and 21st Starlink mission just this year.
Muy bien, se está aproximando la fase de encendido de reentrada.
just about a minute away from the entry burn beginning on the first stage. Something pretty cool to note is that after the entry burn, the atmosphere scrubs most of the velocity on the first stage, so it really only needs the entry burn, and just a few seconds before landing, a single engine burn, which is the landing burn. That's that center E9 engine. That's powerful enough to slow the stage down in order to touch down on its landing zone. Again, today is a shortfall of gravitas.
En estos momentos la segunda etapa está a 213 kilómetros de altura y la primera etapa a 85 kilómetros. Parece que hay problemas. Esto es lo que yo estoy viendo. Se acerca el punto de hacer el encendido de la entrada.
And we did hear that call out for entry burn beginning on the first stage. There you could see it live on your left-hand screen. Again, this is 3 of the 9 M1D engines reigniting. Should last about 20 seconds.
Del anillo octavo.
Stage 1 entry burn shutdown.
Muy bien, se hizo el apagado.
And that concludes the entry burn for the first stage.
Stage 1 trajectory nominal.
Everything's still looking good for the trajectory of the first stage, as you heard that call out. Now we're just about 45 seconds or so away from the landing burn on the first stage.
Stage 2 FTS is saved.
Now with the landing burn coming up, we will also have SECO, or second engine cutoff 1, on the second stage around the same time as landing of stage 1, so you may hear those call-outs happening at the same time.
Stage 2 terminal guidance. Stage 1 landing burn.
And we heard that call out for stage 1 landing burn. There you can see on your left-hand screen. On your right-hand screen is a shortfall of gravitas. Let's watch as Falcon 9 attempts to land on our drone ship today.
Stage 1 landing leg deploy.
Muy bien, se hizo el despliegue del tren de aterrizaje.
Stage 1 landing confirmed.
Muy bien, hubo descenso
and
confirmado.
great news, you can see stage 1 has touched down. This marks the 135th landing of our orbital class rocket.
Deploy orbit.
Also heard that SECO 1 and a nominal deployment, orbital deployment.
Acquisition of signal, New Finland. Expected loss of signal, Cape.
So as you heard, we did have a good second engine cutoff. So stage 2 is now carrying 52 Starlink satellites into low Earth orbit. With confirmation of second stage engine cutoff, we're going to end the webcast for today. Thanks for joining us, and be sure to check out SpaceX social media for confirmation of Starlink deploy, and we'll see you next time. Social media for confirmation of Starlink deploy, and we'll see you next time.
Muy bien, vamos a estar esperando. Parece que tenemos que esperar la confirmación.
booster ignition and liftoff of Discovery, celebrating its 25th birthday by racking up science and supplies to the space station.